The thrill of shoplifting. Some 800,000 times a day, a tableau of temptation, fear, and excitement plays out in the crowded aisles of department stores and supermarkets, frequently over such unlikely objects as batteries and souvenirs. Shoplifting is a window into our desires. Shopkeepers like Brandy Sampson, who manages a jewelry store, uses shoplifting as a guide to taste. We know what's trendy among teens by seeing what they steal, she says. Checkpoint, a top retail security company, is predicting a $1 billion jump in shoplifting losses in the current economic recession this year, owing to more people out of work and fewer sales clerks to watch them as they nervously walk down the aisles heaped with DVDs, underwear, and chocolate bars. Shoplifting was the first distinctly modern crime, a product of late 19th century mass merchandising. Consumer culture manipulates the senses of the shoppers and seduces them, weakening their ability to resist temptation, says Lisa Tierston, a cultural historian at Barnard College in New York. Department stores prove an irresistible attraction to otherwise respectable housewives. The idea of respectable middle-class women stuffing their clothes with stolen goods was so irritating to the Victorian sensibility that in 1890, a mental disorder was introduced to explain it: kleptomania. Psychiatrists no longer believe, as they once did, that it originates in the uterus. Kleptomania is still a recognized condition, although rarely diagnosed these days. The majority of habitual shoplifters, experts say, suffer from nothing more exotic than addictive compulsive disorder. The rest include professional criminals, drug addicts supporting their habits, and thrill seekers, who are often high school kids. By some estimates, a quarter of all shoplifters are teenagers. A few decades after the naming of kleptomania, a 6-year-old named Gretchen Grimm began one of the longest criminal careers in history, stealing a lipstick for her mother at a Woolworth's. The only daughter in family with 7 older sons, Grimm felt neglected and began stealing in order to win her mother's attention and affection. It ended last year when Grimm, at the age of 83, finally kicked the habit with the help of psychotherapy and the anti-anxiety drug Paxil. Over the intervening years, while she raised 5 children and worked as a nurse at the University of Iowa, she stole clothes, jewelry, toilet paper, towels, pencils, pieces of stone, and the like. At the moment of theft, she says, you feel wonderful, elated, cool, and cunning. However, immediately afterward, guilt would set in, and often she would actually sneak her loot back into stores. Grimm's story illustrates 2 important truths about shoplifting. The first is the powerful ego boost it can provide, especially to insecure young people. In that context, experts say a single case is not necessarily a cause for parents to panic. As an isolated thing, most 12-year-old girls with a peppery personality do it once, says child psychiatrist Elizabeth Berger, author of Raising Children with Character. The other lesson is that a crime which can be committed with equal ease by school kids and old ladies is pretty hard to stop. Grimm had only one serious arrest and hid her habit from her family for almost her entire life. She started getting caught more often in her 80s and would call her psychiatrist Dr. Donald Black. She usually got away with it because she's old, Black says. Technology has provided shops with a new generation of sensor tags sewn inside clothes or hidden in packaging. Cameras now are common in large stores, hidden in clocks, smoke alarms, even the push bars on fire exit doors. However, most stores, as every shoplifter knows, are reluctant to pursue criminal cases against amateur crooks, reasoning that the cost, publicity, and the possibility of false arrests are not worth the gain.